rev up your engines for the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast with Big E. Proudly sponsored by Christensen Law, where bikers helping engine bikers is more than just a motto. It's our commitment to the biker community. Be sure to tune in and listen to the latest news and biker buzz. And for all your personal injury needs, be sure to contact the Christensen Law team at 248-900-9000. What's up, bikers? It's Big E, and you're listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. We're talking all things bikes, the freedom of the road, and the brotherhood that makes this lifestyle what it is. From killer tips to wild stories from the highway, we've got it all right here. Life is short, bikers, so let's get after it. Hey, bikers. Welcome to the podcast. So, as you all know, we have been doing a series on the There we go. All right. Technical difficulties. Stand by. We're back.
Yep.
So, as my loyal listeners know, we've been doing a series on the Wyld Stallions motorcycle build. We're going to take a little break from that this week, and we're going to talk to Dan Cassel. Dan is joining us via telephone from Canada.
Ontario.
Is that
just across the lake from you?
Just across the lake. So, Lake Huron, correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm on the Michigan side. I'm on the Lake Michigan side, but yeah. So, not that far away, really.
Well, we get to see the sunsets.
Right.
And they're apparently world class.
Yes.
I don't know. They're awful pretty to me. I think most sunsets are real pretty, but apparently the Bruce Peninsula sunsets are known far and wide.
That's awesome. We also are on the sunset side of the state, so yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to tell us a little bit about the Lion's Tail.
Yes, I am.
And so my glitchy recording setup. It's working again now. I don't know. It's glitching.
Something needs an attitude adjustment.
It does, and I've had a rough time this week with laptops as it is. So, my work laptop just about went through the window.
Been there.
Yeah, it took me like 2 hours to get it to connect to the internet. I was in places that I probably shouldn't have been, doing stuff I probably shouldn't be doing. That if my boss saw me doing it, she probably would have flipped out.
Right.
All right. So we're going to talk about the Lion's Tail. And I mean, everybody's heard of the Dragon's Tail and all the stuff that we got going here in the States, but I came across the Lion's Tail, and I thought, man, that'd be pretty cool. And it's really not that far away.
No, it is not.
So go ahead and tell us a little bit about it.
Well, the Lion's Tail, as you may or may not know, is a charity ride and in benefit of the 5 local schools breakfast clubs. Now, it's more than just that, but that's the reason why I started it. And that's what people that follow us and come out and enjoy this come out to do. It's open year round, and it's open to all street legal vehicles. If you want to come in October or November or even in the middle of winter and do it, it's wide open, and people would love to see you. The Bruce Peninsula is a very unique area of Ontario because of the peninsula, because of the size of it, and also because we have the Chichimon that runs out across to Manitoulin Island as well. So that's pretty popular little thing to do. We started in 2018 as a concept, and by 2019, June of 2019, we had our first ride. Ever since then, people just keep coming. Our Facebook page has grown to 7,500 likes and 10,000 followers.
Nice.
Which we just reached over the last year. And yes, that was a milestone that when we started was just a dream. It was like, can you imagine if we get to 10,000? And here we are, and loving every minute of it. Our advertisers are loving it, and of course the kids are loving it.
All right.
So what we do is we keep on putting it out there. I'm really happy that you found it. I think Facebook was involved, and which a lot is, because I do a lot of creeping people on Facebook and tell them, hey, have you heard of this line? Have you heard of the ride? And quite often I get, no, what's it about? So, the story gets told again and shared, obviously, because I sure as heck couldn't get 10,000 people on this here by myself. Right?
Yeah, I believe I saw it on another page, and then I was intrigued by it, so I had to check it out. I contacted you. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a couple of emails, and here we are.
Email back and forth for a little bit,
right. The name came about in part because, of course, of that wonderful little ride you guys have down there. And I've been in contact with them too, and they've been very supportive. Of course, I'm talking about the Tail of the Dragon,
right?
And which I have had the pleasure of riding 3 times.
Oh, nice!
And if you haven't rode the Dragon, you gotta go, man. It is just way too cool.
Yes, it is on my list of things to do. I have not done it yet.
Personally, I've been to Sturgis twice. I've been to Daytona Bike Week. I can't tell you honestly how many times
Right.
And I've rode to Key West, and I enjoy riding through the States. I love the no helmet law of States.
Right.
There's nothing like wind going through your hair.
You got that right.
Cruising and enjoying it, man. That's something I wish we could enjoy here legally. But anyway, that's a little off topic perhaps, but yeah.
So if you're going to go ride the Lion's Tail, you need to bring your helmet.
Yes. All of Canada has helmet laws. So you're going to make sure you bring a lid. Preferably legal, I guess. Yeah,
probably. I've heard some stories about them. If you show up and you have one that's not DOT, you're going to end up buying one.
Well, that could happen. Although, we've never had any interference from the locals, police enforcement. They've always been very, very good. I've never had an issue. I don't plan on having one. We're all riding legally, and we're all there obviously to help feed the kids. So
Right.
I can't imagine anybody giving us a hard time for that. Not in my world, anyway.
So how long is this ride?
The route in its entirety, I believe, is a little over 240 kilometers.
Okay.
But we only, on the ride day, which this year is June 21st, we will only be doing a portion of it because I like to. Registration starts at 9 o'clock in the morning at our friends at the. Oh my goodness! What talk about a brain fart? Isn't it a great time? The Bear Tracks Restaurant and Inn. They've been with us. Oh my God, they've been with us. They're one of the first ones that's come on board with us, and so that's in Ferndale, and we'll start their registration at 9. Kickstands up 11 o'clock sharp. I'm a firm believer that I got out of bed at that stupid hour in the morning to be there, and I'm not going to wait around till 11:30 because I couldn't get up. That's your problem, and you're missing.
Right. I always ride day. I'm always up way early.
Well, I'm not, and I'm not an early riser. So if I got to get up at stupid o'clock in the morning to be somewhere, when they say this is when we're leaving, and then we're still hanging around a half an hour later because somebody didn't show up and is on their way, no, that doesn't fly with me.
That never happens, does it?
You've been riding long enough. I'm pretty sure you know that it will continue to. But not on our ride. We leave at 11 o'clock sharp, and we ride along until about 3, and then we will be at our final destination of the day, which this year so happens to be another vendor fair at the beautiful Blue Water Park in downtown Wyerton, right on Cold Boys Day. Very pretty site. Matter of fact, so pretty, the wife and I got married there.
Oh, wow.
So it's, it was a very nice spot. And we've got a bunch of people signed up already, vendors coming out to show their wares so that we'll have something to check out at the end of the ride. We wind the ride through the peninsula. Lion's Head is a very popular and very famous spot as well on the peninsula. Excuse me. So that when I was trying to think of a name for the ride itself, the Tail of the Dragon was, high on the priority list or something along that line. And then with Lion's Head there, I'm going, okay, so there's will be the Lion's Tail then.
Right.
And I have a T-shirt idea. Come for the head, stay for the tail. But I'm not too sure if I should print that because again, the ride isn't benefit of feeding the children, and I'm thinking that might be crossing a line.
It might not be too family friendly, but it is catchy.
I do like it, but at the same time, I have to show restraint, so I don't think that will see the light of day.
Yeah, well,
Right? Not yet, anyway. So it's always a good time. We started our website in 2019. Of course, good old COVID comes along in 2021, so we had no official ride that year.
Right.
And now here we are in 2025, and so now we're going to bill this year as our 5-year ride.
Nice.
When you come out, it's by donations only. There's no set price tag. So if you're not a wealthy man, like most of us are not, you throw in what you can.
Right.
I want to make sure people can come. The biggest thing about this, obviously, other than feeding the children, is getting people out and having a good time and not having to worry about your wallet being empty at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I have a bit of a peeve for, some of these rides, $50 each. It's like, what the? Anyway, it's by donation only, whatever you can afford. And all the money goes to the Ontario Student Nutrition Program of Grey Bruce. And they are so kind as to divvy up the money equally between the 5 local schools.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty flawless. It's transparent too. I like the fact that that we have accountability that's easily proven for the naysayers that say that, the money isn't going to the children. That just doesn't happen.
Right.
People come, they sign in, they write on the paper how much they've donated. At the end of the day, we add it all up and hand the money over to the people where it belongs.
Very cool. I can honestly say I don't think I've been to a ride that it has been donation only. So that's a pretty interesting concept. Actually, usually it's a set dollar amount, and
right.
Yeah, I mean we put on my club puts on a ride, and it's a set dollar amount.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just, I've never been accused of being a wealthy man, and I know I'm not the only one out there, and I like to make sure that people can come along.
So,
I mean, seriously, especially in these days where money is tighter than ever.
Oh yeah.
If you got no money, still come along. Just come. Enjoy. I think once people come out and they see that how much fun everybody's having, because every year it's been just a blast of people from all over the place that come to take part in this, and then they see more. The peninsula is infamous for Highway 6. It's a bit of a risky road to drive on at the best of times, because people are either in a real big hurry to get to Tobermory to the ferry, or they're on the way back to get back to Toronto. So this brings a little bit of a light to that issue, and we like to play safe. We like to get everybody out for a ride and everybody home, and then get them off the 6, because there's so much more to the peninsula than just the 6 that people don't realize, because, they haven't taken the time to check it out. This gives them the opportunity to be on roads that they normally wouldn't go on when they're going through the peninsula, and seeing how pretty it really is.
All right, yeah. You happen to send me this nice brochure with the scenic stops and the highlights, and little story about the spectacular coastlines of the Georgian Bay.
Right.
I like the flyer. It's nice.
Thank you very much. That's we, like everything we've done, we've put some thought into it. We've checked out the area and tried to highlight some of the things that would draw people to it.
Right.
Bring your fishing pole. There's lots of good fishing. Make sure if people are coming to this ride that they book ahead. Go on our website. Go on our sponsor page, and you will see there's all kinds of places that you can call up and get accommodation for the day of the ride. Do it in advance, because they do book up. It's not a big peninsula, so there's only so many rooms available, or camping, whatever. Lots of places to eat. Oh my God, and good food. It's just what has come along from, again, a very humble beginning to, literally, I met my dear wife. I lived in Kitchener. She lived on the peninsula. We started dating, and we decided that we needed to be together more often. And so on one of the drives, I believe, to see her, I was driving up one of the beautiful roads, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, wonder what's going on around here that maybe people are doing, that we could get together, for a ride or what have you, and realized very quickly that there was nothing there. There was something advertised. I'm not even going to give it time to give it a name, but when I looked into it, it was, it was nothing. It was somebody had 2 minutes and put it up and realized that maybe it was more work or whatever. I don't know. But so I realized that there was nothing formal. People go to the peninsula all the time for a ride, but nothing formal. No advertisers. Nobody that survives on the peninsula, because in the wintertime it can be pretty quiet on the peninsula.
Yeah.
And the businesses need health, right?
Oh yeah.
That's another reason why. Well, it's pretty desolate on the Bruce Peninsula sometimes in the middle of winter because you've got two big bodies of water on either side of you, so it doesn't matter which way the wind blows, you're going to get snowed on.
Yeah.
So, it's great for the snowmobilers, but for the bikers, maybe not so much. That's why. Another reason, there's a couple of reasons why we decided on the June weekend, the June 21st weekend, is, the kids are still in school. So it's still a little bit quieter. There's not as much tourism going on in the shoulder seasons. And so we decided that June would be the time to hold it. And it's worked out well.
Very cool. Very cool. So way back in the beginning, the first year of the ride, how many bikes did you have show up?
We were, I think that was one of our best years, if not our best years. I think it was like 125 or 135 bikes.
Wow.
Yeah, can you imagine? I was a member of, I've been a member of two motorcycle riding clubs over the years. And I'm no young spring chicken. And that was one of the larger rides that, if not the largest ride I've ever organized. And
right.
I for the other two clubs, I was either road captain or the head guy.
Right.
And this just blew my mind. We've consistently been over a couple of grand to give to the schools too, and it's just
nice.
Just it's been very rewarding, very self-gratifying, I guess, if you will.
Oh yeah.
But the biggest thing is we get to feed some kids and put some smiles on some faces that wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity to have a bite to eat for breakfast.
So right. Yeah.
That's what that makes me feel really good. And in the previous clubs that I was in, that was our focus then, and it's always stayed. Not that I'm anything against any of the other quite worthwhile causes, charities and such, cancer and what have you, but they've got enough people working on them. I don't think they need my help. They, we need to help the kids.
Right.
So that's what we do.
Our club locally, we're a big supporter of the Area 24 Special Olympics. That's what our ride benefits.
Oh,
and
fantastic!
Yeah. We were able to raise quite a nice little chunk of change for them last year, and we're getting ready to do it again this year. So, I could definitely get behind your cause for sure.
Fantastic.
So tell us a little bit more.
And then, of course, we've made the logo and got some swag going. We got our crests. If you go on the website again, we have shop the TLT, the Lion's Tail. We've got some goofy guy standing there in an awesome pit shirt.
Yeah.
And T-shirt, crest, koozies. The stuff that's necessary.
All the swag, all the necessary swag.
Well, coincidentally,
just not your shirt design.
No, it's been my that was my job since 1989 is selling promotional items.
Oh, nice.
so I got a bit of an in, but it's nice to see people walking around with them on. I enjoy the logo. We just came right off the top of our heads and kind of perused what was going on and wanted to have the rocker look.
Yeah.
But not a 3-piece because it isn't a club. It's a charity ride. And I think it came up really well. I'm very happy with the design and all that good stuff. Last year we had a very nice donation of a couple of books, Roar by Robert Munch.
Oh.
Was very, very nice of him to do that. It's just, it comes back to the people. Every year I'm, so happy to see, the ones that have been showing up right from the start and the new ones, of course. And it just seems to be, better talked about. More and more, and getting people that are saying, "Oh yeah, I've heard of that." And even when we're out for a ride and stop someplace or whatever, and people go, "Oh, the landfill, I've heard of that. What is that?" And then of course, then my wife looks and goes, "I guess we're not going to show up on time where we're going early because you're going to be talking about that for a bit."
Yeah.
I try not to, but I'm only human.
Right. Yeah, I saw it and I'm like, what is that? I gotta look into this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's not that far away, really. So,
I've had the pleasure of riding Michigan up across that beautiful bridge. I did a tour around the Great Lakes. That's why.
Oh, all right.
And we decided to go up through Michigan and what's the bridge called again? The big one, the
Mackinac.
That right. And I'll tell you, and this was August, and we get on the other side. I think we were still in the States. We might have been crossed back into Canada, but whatever. I smoked at the time, and we stopped, and it was like a little chilly, right?
Yeah.
And I hadn't even lit up yet, and I'm going, I can see my breath. It's August, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
so
you never know.
Superior. If you're riding around the Superior Lake, you better make sure you take some warm clothes with you because you're probably going to need it.
Right. Yeah, I'm actually looking at hopefully next year riding around Lake Superior. That's my goal next year. Of course, I got Sturgis this year, so.
Oh, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Sturgis?
I have not. So.
Well, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
It's the biggest. It's the only time in my life that I've ever been in a motorcycle traffic jam.
Yeah.
It was just awesome. I mean, the bars, the people, oh my God. Yeah, Sturgis is.
Yeah, we're going out.
Sturgis, you need to go.
We're going out early. We'll be there for like a day or two of the actual rally, but I think it'll still be pretty busy even the week before. So.
No doubt in my mind. Yeah, it's a crazy time. It's awesome.
Yep, we're looking forward to that. So it'll be good.
I guarantee it will be.
Have you been to the Harley Museum in Milwaukee?
I have. On the way back, the first time I went, whatever year, we raced two storms coming head to head as we're driving down the interstate back toward Lake Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
We see these freaking two storms coming, one from the south, one from the north, and they joined up just about 2 hours before we got in. So we get there, we drove right to the museum, and we stood out the front in the overhang trying to dry off some stuff so that we could go in and not drip all over the floor.
Right.
But that's a really cool museum. I would love to go there again.
Yeah, I just got back from there. We went last weekend. First time I've been. Yeah. I was actually born in Milwaukee, but first time I've been to the Harley Museum. It was awesome. I could spend a day there.
We were there for quite some time. Mind you, we had just rode along. Well, back from Sturgis.
Right.
And so being on our feet was very nice. And we did spend quite a bit of time in there. But yes, I would gladly go again and spend a lot of time there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't just run in and run through because you're just going to miss
There's so much to see. And
there is. It's not.
Yep. And the whole reason for the trip we went this past weekend was to go to the Mama Tried Custom Bike Show on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
And that was also equally amazing. Lots of cool bikes, lots of cool. It was definitely going back next year. So when I regress a bit, I sold promotional swag items since '89, and so every motorcycle shop in Canada and even a couple in the States were my customers. It was like just the best because I go and see them all the time. Nothing like spending your day going from bike shop to bike shop, right? And
you're working and getting paid. So I enjoyed that.
Yep, very cool, very cool. So what do you ride nowadays?
I have an '08 Harley Electra Glide Police Special.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It had what the heck did it have on it when I bought it? It had I can tell you in a minute here. And so it was in 2011 when I bought it. So it was 3 years old. And the cop that apparently it was a one officer bike because it had gold pinstriping as opposed to silver pinstriping.
Oh.
I didn't know there was a difference.
Oh, there's yeah.
So there was an officer that drove it. So when he went home, the bike sat. So it only had a little over 100,000 clicks on it when I bought it in 3 years. I put more than that on it in the following 3 years, and I call it my couch. It's a very comfortable bike to ride, in my humble opinion. And I've had a few motorcycles in my time. Matter of fact, it's my 14th motorcycle.
Oh wow!
And it's my only Harley. The other 13 were Hondas. Please don't hate me.
Oh, I don't. I'm a fan of Hondas too. So,
well, yeah, how could you not be, right?
Right.
Anyway, it's my go-to for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of. I have the Electric Ultra Classic also, and I have a 2014, and I love that bike.
Uh-huh.
And
yeah, for sure. How could you not?
I mean, and that's my second Harley. My first one was a Softail Deluxe, and I like that bike though. That's a nice bike, but for the type of riding I do, the Ultra Classic is definitely the way to go.
If you're going to be riding distance, definitely the Electric Glide is going to be quite noticeably more comfortable than a Softail.
Oh yeah,
I love Softails. I love the chopper look and everything else. My first trip to Sturgis, I was on my Electric Glide, and my buddy was on his Softail. Very pretty bike. I loved his bike, but things like when it rained, right? He goes, I have the little plastic one in the front there.
Yeah.
And he goes, so I'm wet. My whole arms are brown to my shoulders are wet. You're in behind that fairing and you're hardly getting any.
Yeah.
Which was true. Couldn't disagree with it. But since I've put a set of higher bars on, a little bit of an ape hanger situation, I wish I would have known that when I first got the bike, because I would have put them on immediately. It's so much more comfortable on my back. So, but my hands are now above the fairing, so if it rains.
How high did you go?
It's a shoulder height, so I don't know. I didn't even.
Because if you go like tens, if you do tens, they're just like at the very top of the fairing. They're still behind the fairing a little bit, so they're not bad.
I'm over the fairing.
Yeah, so you're at least 12s probably.
It's been a while since I had it done.
Right.
And I was in a bit of an accident.
Oh.
I kissed a Jeep that turned left in front of me.
Ooh.
And I took out a little bit of the front end of the bike. And anyway, so when it was in at that point, that's when I had the apes put on.
Nice.
And I just told them where I roughly wanted them. I don't even think it was on the bill as to how many inches they were. But I got on the bike and I went, oh man, this is so much better. Yeah,
I'm getting ready to put 10s on mine. I've been doing the research on it, and just because.
Well, I'm 6'1", and so when I sit on the bike and when I've got my hands up, I'm not over top of my shoulders, so I lose all my circulation in my hands. I'm right at my shoulder height, and it's perfect. Yeah,
I've sat on a few, and I still wanted mine behind the fairing a bit. I'm 6'3", so I'm right there with you. Yeah.
Smart move. If I would have did some research, I might have exactly been, because I'm just over and when it rains.
And I'm throwing heated grips on, so.
There you go.
That'll be
motorcycle.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Dan. Well, thanks for
closet of the man's world.
Right.
So so anyway, Linesdale, you guys want to come and check it out? By all means, grab our website. Our website is www, of course, the Lion's Tail. So that's TAIL, not the story.
Right.
.ca. and check it out. There's a contact thing on there. If you need to get a hold of me, you can fill in the blanks and fire it off. I am really quite good at, same day, but sometimes I take a little mini vacay, so I might be a day or two off. I usually have my computer with me, or my cell phone, of course. I do not have Facebook on my cell phone. So if you're sending me a Facebook message and I'm out on the road, it might be a day or two till I get back to you, but I will get back to you.
Cool.
And check us out. Hopefully come and see the ride and enjoy the area. And, we check out the Facebook all you want. There's no nasty stuff on there at all. I keep it positive.
Yeah, definitely check out their Facebook page.
Whoever offends or puts something nasty up there, I relay that it will be removed. And, this is in benefit of children. And I do believe children are on here and check it out with their mom and dad or what have you. So I like to keep it clean and positive. I don't like any nasty stuff. It's not a political platform, although Lord knows with all that's going on in the world these days, it could be, but it is not. There's all kinds of places for that. And we try to keep it light because, again, it's for the benefit of feeding the children.
Right. So there you go, bikers. It would be a cool ride. I'm definitely gonna see if I can somehow work that into my schedule here. Maybe next year when I
know when you're coming, and I will do whatever I can to make it a positive experience.
Oh, I'd like to meet up with you and shake your hand and do all that stuff.
For sure. For sure. And have a beer. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely a beer.
Great. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing.
Hey,
and getting motorcycles to the out there, I guess we should say.
Right.
And I do certainly appreciate getting together and chatting with you and you doing this for me because I'm sure I'm going to hear some feedback and hopefully people will contact us and
you might get some riders. We got a pretty good following down by Detroit, and that's just a hop, skip, and a jump across, through the tunnel and up to you.
Absolutely.
So that'd be cool.
Absolutely. And remember, for every dollar you get more spending power up here.
Right.
I mean, I think our dollar right now is hovering around 70 cents.
Wow.
So yeah. So there you go. Another positive.
All the positives. Look at all the
Come
positives.
on up and enjoy.
And who doesn't like Canadian beer? I mean, come on.
Who doesn't like Canadian beer? Now, funny story. One of the first times I went to Daytona, I took a bunch of Canadian beer with me. And we're camping. And boys walk up and they go, "Hey, Canadians, yeah. Can we swap you some beers, right?" Here, just take a couple. Well, I seen him the next day. And he goes, "What the hell do you put in that beer?" They weren't used to the content. I'm thinking
the higher octane, maybe, yeah,
just a wee bit, and it was pretty funny. It was another positive experience, good time. But yeah, I remember the look on that guy's face. What the hell do you put in that beer?
So two of the brothers that I went to Milwaukee with, had never had spotted cow. It's a Wisconsin thing. New Glorious Brewing Company. It's only in Wisconsin. And it is darn good beer. So yeah, we all brought some home. I've had it before. So I kind of turned them on to it. But they're pretty happy I did. So
there you go.
All right, Dan. Well, thanks for taking the time out to talk to us.
Appreciate it, man.
And if you're interested in the Lion's Tail, look them up on Facebook or the website.
Yeah, either.
Yep.
No, I'm not on all the rest of that stuff.
He's just not on all the crazy social stuff that I'm on.
No.
But send him a message.
Hours in a day. To keep me busy.
I hear you.
Okay, buddy.
All right, man.
You be well. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Take care. And when I head over that way, I'll be sure to get a hold of you. I got your number now.
There you go.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Be well.
See ya. There you go, Dan Cassel. Sounds like the building spelled differently. I encourage you to get a hold of him. And like I said, he's a super nice guy. Get one of the brochures emailed to you. It shows you a little map of the dragon's tail, or the lion's tail. Sorry, not the dragon's tail. Looks like a really nice ride. Lots of things to see, things to do, places to eat. It would be a fun trip. Who knows? Maybe I can get the boys to go wild hog that baby next year. We've been talking about going south, but maybe we'll go over to Canada. All right, bikers, that's all I got. Life is short. Get after it. Thanks for listening to the Mid-Michigan Biker Podcast. Remember, bikers, life is short. Get after it.